Connected. That little icon?
I think it is. Hi, Miranda.
Hey, Miranda. So let us know if you can hear us. I forgot to switch the channel.
Miranda, where are you watching from? YouTube or Facebook?
Facebook.
Okie dokie.
So I'm about to say something. And let us know if you can hear us.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Facebook sounds okay, so we'll just have to wait for YouTube. Rebecca, can you hear us on Facebook? Happy New Year to you as well.
It's kind of toasty back here. Welcome. I hope everybody had a really good holiday. It was nice having 3 days off. I did some sewing, working on a new project for one of the stores. It was fun. I sewed all day, and then I cooked all day Monday. We had a feast. Comment and let us know what you had for your holiday dinner.
Yeah, so it's the last show of the year, Joan. Yeah, let's see who's on.
Okay, Robert.
Since I made a mistake here with the sound.
Intro.
So we got Miranda on tonight. Welcome. Good evening. Last show of the year. Rebecca, Louise. I don't know where my picture went there. Let's see. Karen was on. Oh, welcome to the show. Janice, welcome to the show. Patty, welcome to the show. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you, because this is the last show of the year. Hello, Mary. How are you? Lake the Ozarks, welcome.
Welcome. Tonight's a fun show.
Yeah, so, gosh, Joan.
Sewing Center, Sewing Machines Express, and Quilt Sampler. I almost said Quilters HQ again. The websites are quiltershq.com, windmillsewingcenter.com, QHQ2.com, and is it thequiltsampler.com or is it just quiltsampler.com? Try both.
There you go. Hey, Mary, welcome to the show.
So,
video's freezing. We do have some storms in the area, so hopefully that doesn't hold us up, but
here
it is definitely snowing.
It is snowing. So one of the conversations that I have a lot with people about AccuQuilt is you can cut out a king-size quilt log cabin, which is an hour. So I'm going to put it to the test. I have a brand new Moda. This is American Gatherings 2, and it is perfect for this. I actually bought this collection with quilts and easy to put together. Inch seam right and sew after a holiday. Who would not love some mindless sewing where you don't have to think about anything, you just straight seam and just, it's like meditation. So there is a pattern. So if you go to the Joan Sews on quiltershq.com, if you go to up in the corner, there's a Joan Sews little button. There is a free pattern for AccuQuilt cutting out a log cabin block with a diagram. We're only going to do 3 colors because it's going to be a patriotic sampler, but I've laid out my fabrics. All of these fabrics are also in that portal, and you can go.
Video's a little flashy tonight.
Is it charged?
Yep.
So,
hey Lana, welcome to the show. Hey Mary.
I
hey
am
Nina,
using
Bernadine. Buffering a little bit.
The 1.5 inch strip die, and so you can get, I just did the math, you can get about 28 pieces from a width of fabric. So I'm going to do 2 width of fabrics from each color, and I will be following my pattern. I would recommend that you do. I'm going to make a little tick mark once I cut it out, because the rotary cutting is the longest part. And you just wheel my cart a little bit closer, because that's where these are going to go when I'm done. And it is a very beautiful collection. I love patriotic quilts. Don't think if you make it you have to give it away. So in order to measure, so our first log in our log cabin is 12.5 inches. And so you need 2 rulers to do that. So I'm going to take my ruler, find my 12.5 mark, line it up there, straight with the fabric, line up my other ruler on the edge of it. Doesn't have, this is a 12.5 ruler, which makes it convenient. And then I'm just going to line up my ruler just like that. And that's my 12.5 inches for my first log. And I'm going to make 2 of these. Same process again. A little more room. Twelve and a half. And we're done with that bolt. When we get down to the smaller pieces, I have a 6-inch ruler, then it's going to go really fast.
Lana said, yeah, she has that die. Hey, Kathy, welcome to the show. Happy New Year. Karen, welcome to the show. Judy, welcome to the show. Anne, Merry Christmas to you.
I totally got on this log cabin kick with...
You did.
I did. I made a lot of them. And I still love the block. It's so easy. It looks beautiful. It looks like you put all this effort into it. But with AccuQuilt, it's a breeze. So our next log is 11.5. We need a light and a dark. This fabric has all of the states written out in it. So, very cool. So go out, download that pattern, and have at it. This is a wonderful pattern. I'm just cutting off this raggedy edge. And we'll make a little pile of those.
So Kathy was saying there's just so much you can do with the log cabin.
I know, you can add blocks to it. And so our next log is 11.5. So I'm measuring. Is that 11.5? Yep.
Gotta double check, right?
Yeah, no doubt. Set my ruler down, adjust my ruler.
Is that the one that has states on it?
This is the one that has states. It's very cool.
Mary said that was really cool.
Line up
Oh,
your wood.
yeah.
Hold it up so they can get a good look at it.
Yes. I'll be able to see it, but I think so. They're just all in there. Hopefully you were able to see it.
These are all on the website, on the Joan Sews page. If you go there, the pattern and the fabric.
Find your state. Find your state, everyone. And this is a cool fabric too. This color, I like it. Let's see.
So you don't really have to worry that your fabric is. So sometimes when we're cutting out fabric, we have to square it up. As long as you have a straight edge on one side, you'll be fine. So 11.5, again, because you need a light and a dark.
Yeah, I like the color of the blue too. Oh, Karen found it on the website. Okay. Yeah, matter of fact, did you put up a page for it or just it's on the website?
I put it, ooh, I didn't cut that right.
Uh-oh.
I can already tell, or I didn't cut the other one right.
Hey, Cheryl, welcome to the show. Hi from Richlands.
It's because I'm trying to talk and cut and chew gum. I should have spit out my gum. It's the third thing.
Well, you know. Well, hopefully everyone had a good holiday.
Yeah.
Got maybe some sewing time in there. It's pretty hard. It gets pretty busy.
I got some in.
Joan
I was
did get a
very
little
excited.
bit of sewing time in. She was pretty happy about that. Yeah, that blue looks just beautiful.
It's a beautiful blue. This is going to be a beautiful quilt. So we're going to cut it out tonight, and we're actually going to sew some blocks together next week.
Bernadine didn't see Nevada on there. Let me take a look. I'm going to double check. Let's see here. It's going to take some work, Bernadine. Hold on.
11.5. Guess what our next size is? It's 10.5. And I'm going to use a quilt shop cheat.
Oh, it's on here, Bernadine. I found it. It's next to Virginia, West Virginia. Not really, but I mean on the fabric. It's.
So next piece is 10.5. I'm going to roll this out and slide that a little further forward.
Yep.
Isn't this gorgeous? I love the flags.
Bernadine, I found it. It's right next to West Virginia there. Right below Washington there. The Nebraska's on the right, Iowa. We got it. It's there. They didn't leave you out.
There was a fabric collection that did leave
Somebody
one of the
left the
states.
state out?
They did.
Oh, how does that
I
get the
was
print?
like, yikes.
Hey, Kathy, welcome to the show. Hopefully you had a good holiday.
Somebody remind me, what are we working on? 10.5 or 9.5?
You have snow? Yeah, we're getting some snow. What about you, Kathy, up there in that area? You probably get some snow.
10.5. We need 10.5-inch strips. So I tell people about this, and they're like, there's no way.
This is pretty. So Kathy said, She's currently working on a jelly roll baby quilt, and one of her 10 1/4 squares was slightly like a parallelogram. Found out you need more than 2 perfect sides.
Ooh. 10 1/2, and I'm cutting my white and my red at the same time.
More than one Kathy here, but I'm in Nebraska and we got 1 inch. Okay.
It's been snowing all day, but it's not going to
Yeah,
stick.
it's not going to stick. So maybe a couple inches, just dusting really.
Mark off my 10 1/2. And I am alternating red and blue because I want it to look really scrappy. AccuQuilt did discontinue the log cabin die.
Why did they do that, you know?
Because I think people got wise to to this method.
Oh, so a different way that you could do it?
Right. So,
Gotcha.
you know, because if you use your 1 1/2 inch strip die, you get the same effect. And I like, if I'm doing a log cabin, I really do want it to be scrappy. Let me know if you feel the same.
Well, Kathy wanted to know what you're making. A few people have just popped on.
Okay, so one of the conversations that I have a lot of the time with people about AccuQuilt and why should they should have it is because of how much time it saves you. Not just, you know, when you're doing like a block on board, but when you're doing something that's maybe a little more complicated, like a log cabin. So companies have the log cabin tools out there that you can buy. But with AccuQuilt, you cut your width of fabric the size of your log, and then you just use your strip die to cut all your logs, and it's so easy. And this is a brand new collection. I can't remember the designer's name. Primitive Gatherings, that's who it is. And I actually bought this with a log cabin in mind.
Hey, Rachel, how are you? Hopefully you had a good holiday.
So we're working on 9 1/2.
So Karen said she made a log cabin quilt with a 2 1/2 inch strip die.
Those are big logs. That'll go really fast. I like the 1 1/2 because it gives you the 1 inch logs with your seam. I've done 1 inch log cabins too. So we're working on our 9 1/2 inch logs.
And then you said you're just like cutting it out tonight, and
We're cutting it out tonight, and then we're
sew
gonna
it together next week.
Well, we might sew 1 or 2 blocks together.
Oh, okay.
But I think I can get 28, possibly
Sorry, Patsy, I was on the wrong channel there. Sorry about that.
possibly 30 from a width of fabric. So I'm not going to make a huge quilt, but you could. Love this. This is such a great color. And look at this pattern. Isn't that pretty?
Yeah, that is. Let me zoom in on it there a little bit. What collection is this?
This is brand new, American Gatherings 2.
American Gatherings 2.
Yep. So there is our 9 inch logs. Check mark so I don't cut it twice.
You're doing a log cabin.
We are doing a log cabin with AccuQuilt. So people don't really believe me when I say how quickly you can cut one out. This is the longest part cutting them out like this, the fabric. If you, so like your larger pieces, you would need 5/8. So you need, nope, 3/4 for the larger pieces, and then 1/2 yard, and then.
Oh, is that the States too on a different color? Look at that.
That's the States on red.
So you got the States on a red fabric, the States on a white fabric. I'm assuming they have it on a blue one. Maybe. Maybe.
Yes, they do.
I would think so. Maybe.
I think it's just the white and the red,
No.
and then there's another. There's another one.
Oh, it's a lighter with red writing.
It had a little too much color for me to
Hey, Julie, how are you
use it
tonight?
in our quilt. And so many people don't have little clubs to go to. 8.5. How many log cabins did I make? I made a curvy log cabin. I made lots of scrappy ones.
Yeah, you've made quite a few scrappy ones. Yeah, the curvy one. That's a while back, right?
Yeah, a little while.
Hey, Teresa, welcome to the show tonight. Happy holidays to you.
This is also a great scrap buster because you don't need great big width of fabric. So if you're one of those people that buys extra fabric, you can use those leftover end pieces. You just need to, that was 8.5. You just need to be sure and sort your light and darks. So I'm cutting a light and a dark at the same time. So there's my light. Very pretty.
Hey, Carol, welcome to the show. Hey, Corinne, welcome to the show. Rachel said I'm too far away from the fabrics.
You can view
You know
them.
Rachel wants to get close to the fabrics.
I can tell you they feel great. There's that great pattern in blue too.
Yeah.
It's a really dark navy, which is just wonderful. We're working on 7.5. So even if you don't have a way to download the pattern, this is really, really easy to cut out. Your first log, you only make one, is 12.5. I love this one too. I'll pet it for you.
Now you sound like Lana.
Oh, it pets the kitty.
Oh, yes.
She did get a water fountain for.
We did get the cat fountain. She seems to be shunning it a little bit, but
Yeah,
you know
she's
what?
Snubbing it a little.
She's going to end up using it.
Well, she drank out of a dish when she was trapped in that furnace for a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah, that's true. Hey, Ruth, how are you? Happy holidays.
Not a real furnace. It was a house under construction, and she had followed. Did I just do 7.5?
No, you said you were doing 7.5.
Right now. Okay, we're doing 7.5.
So but basically the whole idea is you're going down in smaller increments
By an inch.
by 1 inch until you get to 0 inches.
Little smaller, not quite that small.
Inch?
1 inch.
Just stop at 1.
Yep. 1.5 inches.
Oh, 1.5. She did like the box the fountain came in, yes. And she also found, so I did get her like this. Well, it's like it looks like a hanger almost that goes over your door jamb.
Yep.
And it hangs down. And you can put different little bouncy toys on there. And I think they have catnip in them. So I started with the mouse, and I think there's like a dragonfly, there's a kitty, there's a worm, there's a whole bunch of them, and they have little feathers on them and stuff like that, and bells. And so she is enjoying that immensely. She plays with that, and then she has to take a nap. Because you don't want to overexert yourself, right? You have to nap.
Yeah, she naps a lot. She's a very good napping kitty, except when she wants to be petted, and then she comes and headbutts you until you.
Yeah, she does headbutt you very intensely. Or sits right next to you and stares at you and turns her head like she's deciding whether.
She's really good at giving stink eye.
Yeah, so Ruth, we're just Joan decided to take some of the new fabrics and cut out the fabric for a log cabin with AccuQuilt. So, hey Penny, how are you tonight?
People don't believe how easy it is.
Working on 500 different sizes of quilts for Agricultural Learning Center, Birthing Barn in Lebanon, Tennessee.
Nice.
For the 4-H kids. Oh, very nice. Well, welcome to the show. Hope you had a great holiday. This is our last show of 2023. Give you a close-up of the fabric there, and there's the white or cream-colored. Some of the fabrics that we have, but these have states on them. So we were talking about how fun that was.
So we're doing 6.5. If I had a 6.5 inch ruler, I could do it, but I don't, because it throws me off every time.
Hey Cecilia, welcome to the show. Patsy asked, how many different fabrics are you going to use for this one?
This one is, each log is a different fabric. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 22, 23 fabrics.
23 fabrics is going to make this cabin.
Yep. So like I said, log cabins are a wonderful scrap buster.
Because you got a lot of those smaller leftover fabrics.
Because you got those smaller leftovers.
You need.
Yep.
Okay.
6.5. Last one we have to use 2 rulers for. And these are the Quilter Select rulers. They don't slide when you set them down on your fabric. They are a game changer. I don't have to use a ruler that much because I live by my statement of if I can't cut it out with AccuQuilt, I'm probably not going to make it. I will figure out a way to cut it out. So you need 23 fabrics. That pattern is free to download on the website. We did 6.5. Flip it over.
Hey Kayla, welcome to the show. Hey Debbie, welcome to the show. Happy holidays to you.
So we're going to do 5.5.
Hey Peggy, welcome to the show.
There's those flags again on the royal blue.
Hey Mrs. Cranford, how are you tonight? Time does get away from us with the holiday. We don't know, I'm not even sure what day it is. I think 4 times today. I thought it was like Wednesday or Thursday.
Tuesday. Show day.
So we got flags on this one. Hey Debbie, welcome to the show.
5.5. I can't see the edge of mine. There it is.
So Joan thought it would be fun to do not a fabric sale, Mrs. Cranford. Joan thought it would be fun to do a log cabin with some of the new fabrics. The cutting part.
I actually bought this fabric with a log cabin in mind.
and how to cut that out with AccuQuilt.
So the pattern is free. It's free to download on the website. If you go to quiltershq.com and then up in the right, or yeah, I think it's at the top. All of these fabrics are available. I love this one too.
Top right. Got it featured on Joan Sews Live. Oh, there it is. The log cabin. Oh, nice.
So the pattern is there. The fabrics are there. If you want to get them and sew along.
Hey, Carrie, how are you tonight? Snowy Clinton Township. Yeah, it's we're definitely getting some blowing snow around.
Yeah.
Our friends up further north there said they were in a blizzard warning there, up more towards South Dakota.
They do get a lot more snow.
And Bernadine would have to weigh in on what's going on in Las Vegas or in Nevada.
You know what? I will tell you, just because I have personal experience, if you do not have a couple of quilts in your car right now, you should put them in.
Ask us how we know if you haven't watched previous years.
We got stranded on the Continental Divide. So 4.5.
Log cabins are fun.
So the thing I like about this method is all of your logs are on the straight grain, so no stretching. See, I told you it would go faster. He's behind me. Isn't that pretty? Love
this is a pretty fabric. And this is the American
Gatherings 2.
American Gatherings 2. Who's the
By
manufacturer?
Primitive Gatherings. It's Moda Fabric. Primitive Gatherings is the designer. So we just did 4.5.
I like them. They're pretty.
I love these. There's that flower again.
Oh yeah, on the blue, and the blue is just really pretty on this fabric.
It's a really rich blue.
It is a rich blue. Bernadine says it's cold, 55 degrees in Las Vegas, or in Nevada. I don't know if she's in Las Vegas. I think she said she was before.
I think it's 30 something out here.
Yeah. So the different fabrics you're using 23, is that right?
23 fabrics.
Yeah. So Joan was saying, what a great stash buster if you've got some, laying around.
Or if you don't, just go out and download that pattern and get some of these. 3.5. Cutting 3.5. Get some of these because this is going to be just an absolute stunning quilt.
Is that cool for Mississippi, Patsy? 43? Got a little cold front moving down through there?
I love this. It looks like ticking.
It looks like what?
Ticking.
Ticking?
Ticking.
Okay. Looks like ticking.
Well, it reminds me of ticking. It doesn't really look like it, but...
Reminds her of ticking. Is there a kit that goes with the pattern?
There is not. I'm thinking this is my absolute favorite. Let me think about that if we're going to do a kit. If enough of you say, yeah, I want a kit, we'll put a kit out there. But.
So you heard it there. If enough of you want a kit, she'll make a kit.
So weigh in and say.
Emoji, New Year's. What kind of emoji do you need there?
Flags, because it's patriotic.
Flags, and okay, so patriotic.
Well, specifically a U.S. flag, because there are other countries that have red, white, and blue on their flag, but...
Right, the second, this has got stars on it. That one's a pretty rich red color, too.
Let me just say,
very nice.
Good reds are hard to find. This is a good red. We just did 3.5. We're going to do 2.5. Oh, looks like I got out a little bit.
How much for a kit do you think it's going to be? We've got 2 weigh-ins on a yes, do a kit.
Well, it depends on how big do you want the quilt. So
how much fabric in the kit?
So this would be 56 blocks. So that would be what, 8 times 8 is 54, right?
8
No,
times 8,
50, 64. 7 times 8, 56.
Yep.
So you could do 7 across, 8 down. That's 56. So that's how many we're cutting. 2.5. I really wanted red as my center, but we're gonna have blue.
Hey.
It's my favorite.
Rebecca weighed in and said she's going to have fun cutting kits.
Yeah. No, I don't. This kind of takes, so we wouldn't really do like absolute kit yardage because we're already cutting it down to size. So let me think about that one. I'm in Springfield tomorrow. Look at this one.
They love cutting kits down there in Springfield.
They do. They cut a lot of kits. We cut a lot of kits here too.
Mm-hmm.
But our June Taylor is down right now.
It is. That seems to be a recurring problem at the moment.
Yep. Hashtag June Taylor. Somebody tagged them in that video. I know kits would make it really easy for you, but no, it's a little more math than we're doing right now.
But said no fat quarters. What if is that really a?
No, with this method, you really want width of fabric. So we need 2.
Oh, look at this one. That's interesting.
I like this one. I like the one underneath it too. 1.5.
Mm.
So this one is actually my dark. This is going to be the center of my block. So it's going to be a little weird because I don't have a red center, but that's okay. Everybody likes blue. How about the little balloons?
Yeah, I got a close-up of those.
Okay. Now all of our rotary cutting is done. We're going to get out our, what do we set on time? Is it now?
6:40.
6:40.
43, actually.
And then from...
We do have a giveaway tonight and thread of the month and, a little bit of year-end review. Here's the pattern. I did post a link for it.
This is just the cutting. This is not assembly. This is, you need light and dark, right? And so I actually did bring one of the dies over. And so now's where the magic happens. So you take your...
So Joan put a nice little block at the top. Products featured on Joan Sews Live. So you can click on that to make it a little easier to find what we're doing.
Yeah, so we're gonna get, how many is this? So this is 4 layers. 4, 5 times 4 is 20, 22, 24, 26, 26 pieces. So my math was a little bit off. Let me see if I can fold this a little bit better. So 26 pieces. And guess what we're going to do? We're going to line these up. So this is where the magic happens with AccuQuilt. because you can do 6 layers. And you want to kind of be a little bit careful when you're doing these. I'm going to lay them out. I'm going to fold them. I'm going to lay them out, and then I'm going to come back and straighten them up a little bit. You don't want to have your salvage be part of your quilt, although with a log cabin, I don't really think it matters because it would be buried in it so far, people wouldn't actually see it.
So Ruth was asking, is that the 2.5-inch strip?
This is the 1.5-inch strip, and I have one right here. Should have a price tag on it. It is $139.99, and it is 25% off. Don't forget your mat. You need your mat. But if you're going to order some of these fabrics, you can order that at the same time. And the code that you're going to want to use is QHQ cut. Or no, it's ACC. QHQ ACC. So see how I'm lining all of these pieces up? I'm making sure it covers this portion of my die. And I think, did I drop some? Did I bury some? Nope. I'm missing some.
So Ruth said, what size is the block?
The block is a 12-inch finish, so it's 12.5. I got my pieces out of order.
What?
I did. I'm missing 2 of these. Surely I didn't just cut one 3.5. I could have. I think I did. I won't make you watch me cut more. So make sure those are lined up. And I like Ziploc bags for these, unless you have a nice sewing table or sewing cabinet that you can lay these all out on. When you're sewing these together, you're not going to I'm just making sure these are all straight on my die so that I have squares and not diamond shapes. That's the 2.5. Did I only cut one 2.5?
I don't know. We were talking a lot though. So
you know,
it is possible. I'm just saying.
It's not only possible, it's likely.
High probability. It is the end of the year.
It is the end of the year. Okay. I'm going to carefully put my mat on. And this is when I like the manual more than the electric, because I can wheel this through really, really fast.
And it's live. You're on the air here at Quilters HQ.
And give that mat some love. Take out some of that static, and you are going to slide. I don't want my pieces to fall on the floor. Slide that mat off. And then pick up all your pieces. We're going to throw away the little excess pieces here. And all of your pieces are on the straight grain. That one didn't quite cut. Maybe my mat needs to be replaced, but I'll just cut it out with my scissors. And look at my waist.
Just some end pieces, the way you got it laid out.
Yep. That's it. And I like to keep these in little piles, kind of like that, so that all of my pieces are together. I'm going to keep these aside because I'll need to cut another strip of these fabrics. So how many people want kits?
I don't know.
And then you just repeat that process over and over and over until you've got all of these cut out. We got about 10 minutes left. I'm going to cut a couple more.
Vicky said she wants one. We had a few others weigh in there.
Okay. So tell you what we'll do. We will put a item out there on the website later tonight to order a kit. So I'll go back and calculate how much fabric you're going to need. So this is going to give me, how many did I say? 40, 42, 44, 46. No. 22, 24, 26. Yeah, 56. So 7 by 8. And then we'll pick one to add a little border around it. So it's a fairly large quilt. So it would be 72, what's 8 times 12, 96? 72 by 96. That's a big quilt.
That is a pretty big quilt.
And we'll pick out some fabrics for binding. And we will put those together. If you don't have the 1.5 inch strip die, just add that to your order. Don't forget you need a mat, and I will highly recommend put a new rotary blade in before you start this project. You didn't hear it, but Robert's laughing in the background. Because I was getting some wonky results here.
Quick to point out that you need to change your color blade.
And then it was like butter.
You did say that.
Yeah. Don't you want your pieces to be like butter? So making my little waste pile here. So like I said, this is the perfect project for after the holidays when we're really kind of brain dead, and because it doesn't require a lot of thought once you have these kind of all laid out. You can just sew these two pieces together. I will tell you, please test your 1/4 inch because it does get off. And
oh, it kind of looks like a flag from up here. It does. But somebody just said, make it mine flag quilt.
we'll put that out there and get them cut and send them to you. We got about 5 minutes left, so we're going to stop here. But see how easy it is to cut out your log cabin quilt? I'm telling you, once you do this method, you'll be going through your fabrics going, okay, well, this is 3.5 inches. This is enough for a log. And just, you know, you can reprint this.
Change the colors and shrink it or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, so all you got to do is focus. Your first log is a light color, and then it's 2 of each log. It doesn't matter. I mean, you can use 2 colors if you wanted and make it, but you can't go wrong with a log cabin. I love them. I think you will too. I hope this method was, just seeing it the way it goes, was makes it something you're willing to conquer. So this is probably maybe 15 more minutes of cutting, and then you're done. So Aerofill Thread Club, color number 2479. It is medium orchid. I can't believe I remembered that without Molly here. 15% off on the show, so comment, make it mine. And if you are in the club, it's 20% off. If you want to join the club, it's $20 for the box. And then all of the thread that you purchase is 20% off. And we'll make a little note on your account. And so you don't have to bring the box. We just know who you are. Is that the giveaway?
What's that? Yeah.
I can't quite.
Oh, yeah.
My arms aren't that long.
Oh, sorry.
I love these. If you don't have these are just perfect for your pocketbook.
Well, that one's Merry Quilting.
Merry Quilting.
Nice. It's a cool color.
It is a cool color.
So while we're searching for a winner for that, you know, it's been a busy year for us.
We did a lot of stuff.
We were recapping. We've done a lot of stuff this year. Really excited about 2024 and what we want to accomplish in that year. Next year, few days. It all starts.
It all starts. You start like a marathon and you'll at least finish something by the end of the year.
So, yeah.
Thanks for watching tonight. We're still waiting for a winner. So
We do appreciate all of you. We can't be here without you. Although we'd probably make content anyway, but
we could always put Lana on her own channel.
yeah,
She's very entertaining.
We could just bring the cat with us, and she would be going crazy. But so we thank all of you for all the areas, everything that you do. You guys are very creative, and you always come up with great, fun stuff. And you're just sewing along with us, right? I mean, we're all learning together.
Yes.
I mean, because I know this much, like a little ant.
You know more than you think. More than you think you do.
And everyone, definitely we want them to have a very safe New Year. So
Yes.
be careful.
If you're going out.
Stay vigilant.
I'm not going out. I'm staying home and sewing because, you
What
know.
a great thing to do.
Yeah.
You're going to make something before the new year. All the way up.
Yeah.
Or you never know.
Well, I got some projects that I'm finishing, so.
Let's see. Cheryl Hardcastle is the winner of the Merry Quilting Pad this year. The last giveaway of the year. Kitty says she is sewing. Kathy's going to sew that new year in. Mary Winter.
Maybe we'll go
Happy
live.
New Year. Yes,
We
Happy
should
New
do
Year.
that.
Yeah.
We should just go live from the sewing room.
You know what? That might just be something we do. So, thanks, Bernadine. We do appreciate you. Audrey. So, we might just go live on New Year's Eve from the sewing room.
We
should
plan on that. Not at midnight. I might.
Not at
expire,
midnight. No.
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 But maybe, you know, in the
There's too many
evening.
time zones out there for that. But maybe a little earlier on.
Yep.
Just having a little bit of fun sewing. I think that'd be great.
I think
What a
so
great
too.
idea.
That would be fun. We can go live. I don't know what I'll be working on, but I might make some of these blocks over the long weekend so that, you know, you can kind of see what it's going to look like going together.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people are saying they don't go out, right? I mean, it's not really super safe out in the world on that
It's a
date.
younger person's holiday.
Yeah.
Let's be real. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it would take me, you know, 2 weeks at my age to recover from a night of drinking and partying and gallivanting. And it's just not worth it to me anymore.
So, a little fun sewing to ring in the new year would be, seems like everybody's on board with that. So,
Okay.
as always, Joan, what are the tips?
check your thread path. You might need to rethread. Go ahead and do it anyway. Change your needle. Might need to go up a size in your needle. And oil your rotary hook. They'll solve a lot of problems.
A lot of problems, yes.
Are we still like at a very low wait period in Quilt Sampler?
I think so. So there's spa slots open at the quilt sampler.
Yes. So if you're in Springfield and your sewing machine needs some love and attention,
get it in there before we go live at the sewing room.
Yep. Get it in there. Have it be ready. And I need those 2 fabrics.
All right. That will end our show for 2023. And we thank all of you.
Yes, thank you.
And hopefully we'll see you for a little live sewing on December 31st.
It'll be fun. Now I gotta clean up my sewing room.
Enjoy your week.
Good night.